First at 4, a former White House aide tells Congress former President Trump knew people had weapons before they marched to the Capitol on January 6th. She describes his alleged reaction. The criminal case against former Governor Rick Snyder and several others in the Flint water crisis is thrown up in the air. We'll tell you where things stand right now. And here's Andrew.
And Karen, here's some more gorgeous weather for you. Beautiful blue skies out there, warm and still comfortable. How long will this warming trend occur? We'll talk about that, and I'm tracking showers for the morning commute, first at 4.
Looks like an ice cream truck, sounds like an ice cream truck. Look inside. Is more like a mobile library. I'll take you to Sweet Reads.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, a surprise congressional hearing reveals some damaging claims against former President Donald Trump. A former White House aide takes us inside Trump's inner circle, describing what the president allegedly knew about armed protesters and a physical altercation with a member of the Secret Service. Kimberly Gill has been sorting through some of the testimony this afternoon. And Kim, this hearing was just announced yesterday.
It was. Karen, good afternoon to you. The January 6th committee was supposed to take a break until July, but they decided to bring Cassidy Hutchinson in the front of the public immediately. She was a special assistant to President Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows. She testified how Trump insiders like Meadows and Rudy Giuliani were well aware things could get ugly on the 6th.
When hearing Rudy's take on January 6th and then Mark's response, that evening was the first moment that I remember feeling scared and nervous for what could happen on January 6th. And I had a deeper concern for what was happening with the planning aspects of it.
Now, fast forwarding to January 6th, Hutchinson testified about security measures at a rally on the Ellipse where the president spoke to supporters before many of them headed to the Capitol. Security officers were not allowing people into the area with anything that could be considered a weapon. Hutchinson testified the president was furious and said the following. Listen to her account.
I was in the vicinity of a conversation where I overheard the president say something to the effect of, I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away. Let my people in. They can march to the Capitol from here.
Hutchinson also testified former President Donald Trump demanded to be taken to the Capitol after the rally. She claims the former president even tried to grab the steering wheel of the presidential limo, getting into a physical altercation with a Secret Service agent before he was stopped. That is according to her testimony. The former president says he hardly knew Hutchinson and she was rejected when she asked to move to Florida after he left office. There's much more testimony to go through. You'll hear more of it when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, we'll see you then.
Sure.
We are following more breaking news from Fenton. That's where firefighters are battling a fire in the area of Adelaide and Mill Streets. We're told 3 businesses and the side of a home are damaged. Right now, no reports of injuries. We'll have a live report from the scene at 5. Also today, a sweeping reversal in that criminal case against some key players in the Flint water crisis. Today, Michigan Supreme Court sent the charges against former Governor Rick Snyder, his health director, and 7 others back to a lower court. The court unanimously ruled the judge who brought the charges had no power to issue indictments. Current Attorney General Dana Nessel used a law that's about 100 years old to prosecute this case after restarting her own version of the investigation back in 2019. Now, you may recall, Flint managers appointed by Snyder switched the city's water source to the Flint River, a decision that resulted in lead in the drinking water. The Attorney General's office has said it is reviewing the ruling. Dana Nessel has declined to speak with us on camera about what comes next. Local 4 has confirmed state lawmaker Joel Jones faces a new hearing in Livingston County Circuit Court. We're told it is a hearing on a possible violation of his probation. The state rep from Inkster was sentenced back in March to 2 years probation and 100 hours of community service. He pleaded guilty to charges resulting from a drunk driving arrest. At the time, Jones told reporters he was working to turn his life around. His next hearing is scheduled for Thursday morning. For a third time, Detroit City Council has not taken a vote on a $60 million tax break for this Dan Gilbert project in downtown Detroit. His company building a high-tech rise development on the old Hudson site. The issue was on the agenda today, but Gilbert's company, Bedrock, asked for it to be taken off the agenda, taken up at a later date. Some community groups have questioned the tax break. Bedrock says it's created thousands of jobs in the city and needs help now to finish the project, but admits it might take more time to work through the process. We'll be following this for you. All right, we did just receive the latest update on COVID cases and related deaths in the state of Michigan. You may recall the weekly update has been moved to Tuesdays. Now, in the past week, the state recorded more than 14,000 new cases. Daily averages confirmed of probable cases is now above 2,000. It's a slight increase over last week. State is also reporting another 174 deaths linked to COVID-19. That number has more than doubled since last Tuesday. Well, we sure did enjoy some great weather for the fireworks last night. It was a little cool towards the end, but today, Mother Nature starting to turn things up. Let's get to meteorologist Andrew Humphrey for our first forecast. Hi, Andrew. Gorgeous out there.
Oh, you're right, Karen. Couldn't have said it better myself. Most folks will have smiles on their faces because of this. Blue skies overhead, warm, and above all, comfortable out there. Temperatures at 80 degrees right now. Look at those dew points in the 40s and 50s. Dew point temperature, a measure of how much moisture in the atmosphere. When you have dew points like this, you know you're in the comfort zone, and we're like that for the rest of the evening with temperatures that will be in the warm 70s. Not a drop of rain in sight here in Detroit and southeast Michigan on Storm Tracker 4, so it is beautiful from the thumb down to the Ohio border. However, I am tracking these showers and thunderstorms well to our north across the UP just south of Marquette, northern Wisconsin. They are moving in the direction toward southeast Michigan and will have an effect on tomorrow morning's commute. So we'll talk about that and higher temperatures in your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. It is a sound that brings kids running, but don't be fooled by the music you might hear on the streets of Waterford. What sounds like an ice cream truck is actually a lure for some summer learning. Paula Tubman joins us live for the first day of a mobile book unit that's really enticing in so many different ways. This sounds like a really fun story, Paula. Tell us more.
Oh my God, absolutely. So we're reeling them in. So listen, this isn't just about a love of reading. It's a love of reading books. And take a look at this. You will love this site if you love the reading of actual books. These folks are waiting. This checks so many boxes. That summer learning loss, as well as socializing, meeting your friends, and of course, ice cream. What kid doesn't love the tinny, racket sound of an ice cream truck rolling through the neighborhood? And that's draw number one with Sweet Reads, because ice cream may be the dessert, but books are the icing.
Oh, cool. I have How the Hangman Lost His Heart and My Pet's Porcupine from my brother.
He loves to learn. He's a big learner, and he loves to read.
Is this Percy Jackson? This is the Waterford School District's way to keep in touch with kids and keep them learning over the summer.
We get out, we provide ice cream and books, and the thing is to keep kids reading all summer. We know that's very important. We got a couple of months off, and it's just a wonderful community outreach.
What ice cream did you get? Is that for me?
Funded by the Waterford Fund for Public Education, which pays for the operations and the books, but it's powered by volunteers like teachers, principals, and school staffers. They organize the books, drive from location to location, crisscrossing Waterford on a magic carpet of ice cream and possibilities with the adventures of reading.
I chose Captain Underpants.
I mean, I like how you get to pick out a book, and it's also like a rewarding thing, because if you like to read a lot, you can pick out a book, and you're also getting ice cream, and you can sit down and eat your ice cream while you're reading your book.
When I saw this, I was just like, I want that book.
It's very exciting to come see some of our friends from school and get to pick out books, and ice cream's always awesome.
The books are free, and the kids get to keep them. And while some do come for the ice cream, which one's better?
The ice cream.
Kids love ice cream, right? When you hear the sound, I was on the truck last year, they just come running.
They definitely stay for the books. Why do you say the book's better?
Because I love reading. Because it's funny and stupid at the same time, and I love it.
Yeah, you know, they really do love it. And in fact, I asked one child what they love the most, and they said the ability to actually pick out their own books. And so you can see they're doing that inside, and there is actually a line waiting for, okay, yeah, ice cream too, but also reading. And so these vans move throughout Waterford throughout the summer. Karen, I love this story. This is one of those stories that make you say, I love my work, because you get a chance to meet these folks and see these great things that schools are doing for their communities and their districts, even during the summer months.
It's so great to see the kids energized about reading, and I love that what that soundbite with the
Right?
one little boy. He's like, I get to pick the book I want to read, which really makes all the difference, right?
It does make the difference. They have self-determination, they get to choose, and they love it. And they learn to love to read.
And I was gonna say, and they get some ice cream. Thank you,
And
Paula.
they get ice cream. Right.
We appreciate it.